Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day, the Wednesday, the W-I-N-S day. This is the Wednesday that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. If you're coming on, wherever you're coming on from, however you're coming on, I want you to hit that like button. I want you to hit that share button. And I want you to tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know Prophet Ramon, the squad, and the Ramon Preston Show. We are live in his house right here from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the Ramon Preston Show. Please, once you hit the like button, hit the share button. Once you text, tag, tweet, inbox, DM, yell at somebody in the other room and tell them to jump on the Ramon Preston Show. Once you've done your due diligence, so nobody in close proximity to you misses what we're about to share with you, I want you to drop in the comments what city you watching your boy from, who you represent. Let me know who you representing and where you representing. Drop the name of the city in the comments. Now, here's what I want you to understand, even before we get started. When I'm asking you to like, share, tag, drop the name of the city that you're watching us from and representing in the comments, it's not just for us to engage you, but it's actually for our community, your community, to engage you. Like literally, ladies and gentlemen, we have created an entire ministry and marketplace community. Way before we started the Ramon Preston Show, way before we started doing a lot of the things that we're doing, we already had a tribe. We had a community in ministry and in the marketplace. People who were in business, people who were doing great things in many industries, and people who were doing great things in ministry that were called to the pulpit or to the church. And so we're bringing both of those worlds together, because I believe that there is no greater time in history than now for you and I, especially those of us who are in the faith community. We saved, we love God, we love God's people, we want to serve Him and His people. There's no greater time in history like now for us to really just lean in with everything we have. So please let your other community members know who you are and where you're representing. You may have people that are in your city or in your state. We have several people that are in our business community that live in the same state, that live in the same city, that live in the same regions. And at some point, we're going to be traveling to those areas physically, literally. And even before then, we still want to build that camaraderie. We want to build that solidarity. So I want to say thank you to all of you that continue to support the Ramon Preston Show. Thank you to those of you that have supported us even before we went public with sharing a lot of the information that we share as consultants and coaches. Thank you for being a part of our tribe. Thank you for being a part of my extended family. That's one of our core values. If you come, or when you come to our headquarters, and when you walk into our conference room as it is, in the event that we leave here to have a bigger facility when that time comes, we're going to have some room that the core values rather of our company will be on the wall. And so when you walk into our current conference room, there are core values that you're going to see on the wall. There are 5 core values that we have for our organization. Guess what the first one is? Treat everybody like family, baby. So my staff, my family, my tribe, they all know we don't have strangers in our life. If people are in our lives, if we are going into people's lives, we are family, fam, la familia. So you are my family. No matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what it is that you are going through, what you've been through, I want you to focus on where you're going to. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. And guess what? Every Monday through Friday, you and our community give us the honor to show up here on this show, to use this platform to share information with you that is specifically and strategically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. That's what makes up the core competencies of our organization. We have several divisions that we provide services through, and those divisions are made up of particularly our consulting division, our coaching division, and our training division. And so whether you are familiar with those divisions and the services, products, and programs that we provide or not, just know that everything I share with and show is a direct extension of my life, my family, my organization, and the divisions that we provide services, products, and programs through. So you're in good hands. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I wanted to talk about last week, but I didn't have an opportunity to talk about it. And it is directly connected to a recent free business boot camp that we hosted right here. It was actually Saturday, September the 11th, that we hosted a free business boot camp right here at our headquarters. I took about 4 hours and did an extraordinary deep dive on some of the most important pillars to your business and to your financial success. And so what I wanted to do today, especially in light of the conversations that we've had this past few days of this week, Monday and Tuesday, I want to take a few minutes on this Wednesday, and I want to talk about some business boot camp basics. So just in case you did not get an opportunity to join me for that live virtual event, we did have a few people, maybe a handful or two, that were present with us. And we had some good feedback from the boot camp. As a matter of fact, one of the attendees came and did a walkthrough and a tour, if you will, of the Preston wing in our headquarters over here in our suite. And while they were touring and talking to one of my team members, they decided to join our business coaching community. They were on their first business coaching call that we host every Monday at 5 o'clock. And just this past Monday, they were on there just talking about how grateful they are to be a part of our business coaching program, to be in our business coaching community. And they're already making progress. We're talking about just within a week or so. They actually came in Monday for their initial one-on-one coaching session. So I want you to keep that in mind, especially if you're not a member of our business coaching community. We just made a huge announcement that I am giving everyone in our community a pre-approval for our exclusive 24-month payment plan. Now that's a big deal because we have a 1-year business coaching program, right? And I am offering an exclusive 24-month payment plan. So who does that? Who gives you access to 1 year of business coaching, training, top line, I mean literally world-class information for 1 year and give you 2 years to pay it off? You know who does that? Right here. Ramon Preston Enterprises, Ramon Preston University, the RP coaching program, because we want you to win, especially on this Wednesday. So if you're not a part of our 1 year business coaching program, if you're not in our business coaching community, if you don't have access to any of our training and our in-depth systems that we use to push people to 6 and 7 figures, some people are going to be 7-figure earners through this program. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. I know personally that out of a lot of the people that we have personally coached and are coaching, personally consulted and are consulting and are personally training right now, I know just by speaking to some of them and seeing how they're moving that many of them are going to be millionaires and some of them will probably be multimillionaires. I want that to be you. But what you're going to have to do at the end of the show is prepare to text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. That number, that information is in the comments. Feel free to pull that number, copy it so that you can paste it into your phone. And when you text the word coaching to that number, one of my team members will reach back out to you and walk with you through the terms of what this pre-approval process is. And once you make the decision to accept the offer and plug in to this one-year business coaching program, they're going to process that initial payment. That will be the first of 24 payments if that's the offer that you accept. And they're going to, at that time, schedule your first initial one-on-one coaching call, coaching session rather. It's not going to be a call. If you're in person or here locally or want to be here, we'll provide that coaching session for you in person. If not, you could be on the other side of the world. We'll schedule it via Zoom. And that session just in and of itself is a 2-hour session where we just literally walk you through one of the most extraordinary processes to set you on the course for what you're going to accomplish within this 1 year that you're in this program. And then the rest is going to be history. It's going to be full of other key components: weekly coaching calls, daily on-demand training from our virtual training platform, quarterly masterminds, quarterly workshops to train you on the pillars of business success. So don't miss it. And guess what? I'm giving it to you at the beginning right now. If you are in our Blueprint Game Plan program, if you already have access to our online training program, I am extending a pre-approval offer to you as well for you to move up to our one-year business coaching program. And we're going to give you the offer to reset your payment plan, to reset the terms, give you access to our one-year business coaching program, and give you an opportunity to move your payments out 24 months. That means it's going to extend your time and access to that Blueprint Game Plan for another year as of today or as of the day that you accept that offer. So if you're in our Blueprint Game Plan and you want to move up because you see the need for us to add additional value to you, a lot of people who are on our Blueprint Game Plan, they automatically migrate to our business coaching program, because what happens is once you start taking those courses online and listening to the information and learning the language of business and sales and marketing and tax strategies and holding companies and goal setting and economics, you realize at a certain point when you start hitting brick walls and you start hitting roadblocks, you realize that you actually need a professional coach to help you navigate through those blind spots so that you can push through and actually see results in your business and in your finances. So if you're on our Blueprint Game Plan, I want you to text the word coaching and we're going to reach back out to you. And when you tell my team member, which you probably have already talked to at some point if you're on the Blueprint, when you let them know you're on the Blueprint and you want to move up to our business coaching program, we're going to reset the terms of our relationship with you. We're going to move you up. We're going to schedule your initial one-on-one coaching session so we can reset your life, your business, your personal, professional, and financial situation. And we're going to set you on the course for the next year so you can succeed as well. And for those of you that are already in that one-year business coaching program, I have a pre-approval offer for you. You can actually move up into our new business certification program for consultants and coaches. Most of the people that we coach are either wanting to get in the consulting and coaching space, or they're already in it, but they have no products, no programs, no services that are viable enough and valuable enough to garner them making enough money to justify being consultants and coaches. And so this business certification program is actually going to train you on the RP way of providing consulting and coaching. So just think of it this way. If you're in our coaching program and you want to receive a business certification as a consultant and coach through our business certification program, look at it this way. Think of it this way. The same value that I have provided for you as your coach is what I'm going to train you to do as a coach. It's what I'm going to train you to do as a consultant. So we have an entire program that we're launching through our business certification to show you how to be the best consultant and the best coach. Even if you don't want to be a business and financial coach, you may be a coach or consultant in a certain industry. You just want to blanket it with the business and financial acumen that you know we have as a consulting firm and coaching company. We want to provide that for you. So if you're interested in that, I want you to text the word certify. Text the word certify to that 404 number. And maybe you would like to become an RP licensee. So our licensing program is not just training you on a business certification level, but our licensing program, guess what we're doing on that? We're literally giving you access and authorization to use our curriculum, our material, our training process, our videos, all of the intellectual property, all of the copyrights, all of the trademarks that are under the banner of RP and Ramon Preston University. As a licensee, you have full access to it to use it. Like literally, you can host your own one-year coaching program. You can host your own blueprint game plan program. You can host your own workshops, masterminds, seminars, and boot camps. But here's the good part about it. You don't even have to create no curriculum. You don't even have to create no materials. You can literally go to Ramon Preston University as a licensee and you're going to have access. Let's say, for example, if you want to host a workshop, a financial workshop, and you have a certain number of people that you want to invite and you have a certain dollar amount that you want to charge, you can literally go to your dashboard as a licensee and you can upload. Is it upload or download? It would be upload. You can upload the PDF version of the workbook for that program, and you can actually just make copies and sell that workshop. You can sell the blueprint game plan. That's what you have access to as a licensee. We're also offering a white label licensing, meaning that you can take it to that next level and literally use our content, our curriculum and materials and white label it, meaning that beyond being a signature licensee, you could put your logo, your name, your likeness on our material because that's what white label service provides. So it's like me giving you my paper, my information, my system, my strategy, my process, and you removing RP and Ramon Preston off of it and you putting yours and you're marketing and branding your business, your name, but the content that you've licensed as a white label licensee. We got it for you. Just text certify. Text certify. So if any of those pre-approval offers sounds good to you, today is going to be the day. Now we've offered it Monday. We offered it Tuesday. We've already talked to a few people who are interested in our certification and in our licensing. We've talked to a few people who are interested in our coaching program and even in our blueprint and in these extended payment terms. But you might come on the show next week or call us next week or text next week and realize, oh wow, Mr. Preston no longer has the offer. You got to get it while it's hot. You got to pull the trigger. You got to realize that when it's time to move, it's time to move. Paralysis of analysis is going to keep people broke. We don't want to be paralyzed trying to analyze something that we know we should be actualizing. Bars. Bada bing, bada boom. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about business boot camp basics. Business boot camp basics. So what are some of the basics when it comes to this business boot camp? I like to use the term business boot camp because a boot camp is a militaristic term that is actually designed to challenge you to take action. How many of y'all, by a show of hands, I know you're not in the room with me, but act like you're in the room with me. How many of y'all, by a show of hands, how many of y'all, that's so ghetto, how many of y'all by a show of hands, are just tired of talking about what you want to do? You're tired of just thinking about what you should do. You're tired of processing what you know you have to do, and you're just ready to take action. See, I'm one of those people that I love results so much in anything I do. I take action first, then I start analyzing and processing. My team knows that. But guess what? The people that I've surrounded myself with people. We talked about mentors yesterday and the day before. I surround myself with people who don't have a problem taking action, then analyzing and processing the details as they go along. And that's what the concept of the boot camp is all about. So let's talk about some of the business boot camp basics. What are some things that you just need to take action on? What are some things that you need to take action on? Now, if you missed the boot camp that I hosted for free, by the way, on Saturday, September the 11th, you missed an opportunity for me to teach you about goals and about schedules. Those are like the top two things that make up the basics or the fundamentals of business. So if you want to adopt and adapt to a business boot camp mentality, well, first and foremost, you have to lay a foundation. Like the basic foundation of your business needs to be centered around goals and schedules. I'm not going to get into the details of these two ideas or concepts because I talked about a little bit of this just yesterday and the day before. But just for clarity purposes, so I can move down this flow chart, your goals are dreams with plans. So the basics of business require you, they demand you, they challenge you to set big goals because your big goals are other versions of your big dreams. So you got to start dreaming big. So you want to own a business. Well, let's qualify that. Don't just say I want to own a business, or I want to be a business owner, or I want to be full-time entrepreneur. You have to qualify that and quantify that. That's a part of your goal. You have to qualify that by being clear on what you want to do, but then you got to quantify that by putting a number on it. So let's say you want to be in business full-time. Well, what kind of money do you want to make? What kind of money you want to make? You should already have a dollar amount of what you need to make, not just to be satisfied, but to be able to take care of you, your foe, and everybody else. Mo. You should already have a financial number on what is it going to take for you to live the quality of life you want to live. This is all centered around what? Your goals. But if your dreams are not big enough, then the foundation or the basics of your goals are not going to be big enough, which means that your drive, your ambition, or your actions are not going to be big enough. So people like Ramon Preston have big dreams. My dreams are beyond dreams. Like, I don't even like using the word dreams when I'm having intimate conversations with the people who are close to me. I use words like fantasy. Like, I fantasize about stuff. I sit in the dark in the mornings and I just take like 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes in the dark. I know it sounds like I'm an idiot, but whatever. I'll sit there for 20 minutes and just fantasize about flying on jets. And I live on the other side of where our headquarters is, like literally walking distance from where we are in a complex. And so our complex is like literally minutes from a private airport where there are charter jets, where there are private jet owners, where you can literally park your Gulfstream, Ramon, when you get it. Oh my God, I'm fantasizing again. But guess what? When I'm sitting there in the dark, I'm just showing you how powerful dreams are in light of you being able to take action. I sit there in the dark in the mornings and it'd be like 5, 6 o'clock sometime, and guess what I hear flying across us? That aircraft. I'd be like, oh my God. And most of the time when I hear that, you know what I say to myself? Even if I'm not saying it out loud, I'm saying it in my head. I'm coming, y'all. I'd be like, I'm coming, man. I'm coming, dog. Give me some time. Why you keep reminding me of that? What am I doing? I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. So now whatever I got to do today to get me a little closer to that dream, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to be sitting there paralyzed because I'm trying to overanalyze how I'm going to make some money today. how I'm going to grow my business today, how I'm going to help more people, how I'm going to serve my community, how I'm going to take care of my family. I'll figure that out as I do, as I take action. That's why your business boot camp basics begin with your goals. And then because I start my life with these basics, I'm able to start my business with these basics. I'm able to start my finances with these basics. Are you with me? It makes it easier for me to start my schedules with these basics. So now my entire day is built on the basis of a schedule, because my schedule is built on the basis of what? My goals. And my goals are built on the basis of what? My dreams, my fantasies. So when you look at my calendar, literally, if you were to take my phone and look at any day on my calendar, you're not going to see a whole lot of white space through the course of the day. You know why? Because my day is filled, or it is scheduled based on the goals. So let me put it this way for you. If you got a lot of white space on your schedule, on your calendar, on your schedule, it's a lot of white space. The reason why it's a lot of white space, because your goals and your dreams are small. So you don't have a whole lot to put in the schedule. Does that make sense? But if you come into your schedule, like if I come into a winning Wednesday like today, and I'm loaded with stuff, I'm like, man, I got all kind of stuff. Man, I got dreams for my car. I got dreams for my family. Oh my God. I got dreams for my business. Oh my God. I got dreams. This is how I come into my day. I'm coming into my day like this, right? These are my dreams and my goals. So when I come into Wednesday, what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to figure out, where can I put these dreams and these goals into this Wednesday? Oh, well, I'm going to do this from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then I'm going to do this from 8 a.m. to 9:30. Then I get to the office at 9:30. Sometimes, right? Not always, but I'm working. 9:30 to 1:30 before I take a lunch, and I'm gonna do that. And then from 1:30, when I take a lunch and come back at 2:30 or 3, from 3 to 6 when we leave the office, I'm gonna do that. Guess what I just did? You just missed it. I scheduled my day, my life, my business, my finances. I was able to fill it up because I filled my life up, my business up, my finances up, my mind up with goals and dreams. So if you wanna take action on business boot camp basics, that's where it starts at. I should have put it down here because that is the foundation, but I don't want you to be cut off from seeing what I'm showing you. Now, once you set that, some of you may be familiar with the diagram that I use. The diagram that I use to explain the holding company concept, the way we teach it. We're literally creating a proprietary process to explain the holding company concept. But just for the purpose of this conversation today, I want you to at least envision that this diagram that we have to explain the holding company concept is a diagram. Uh-oh, I lost my I must have did that, didn't I? My TV went out, my monitor. See, that's why I need that Google board, dog. See, there, God trying to tell me something. Lord, I hear you. The Lord trying to speak to you, boy. Lord, I hear you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. If we was in church, I'd be like, somebody say amen. Somebody say praise the Lord. Let me see if I can find that boot camp. There's my business boot camp presentation. So do I have that matrix in there? Thank you. My CMO saying, yes, you do. I won't leave you hanging like that, Mr. Preston. Okay, so this is called our SMS matrix. Some of you are becoming more and more familiar with it, but it's so much in this. You can't just look at it and think you can figure it out just by going through the words and understanding the details of it. It's a lot in this. But I want to use this because if you just take a look at how we structured this matrix, it's kind of set up like a invisible sales funnel, and pipeline is built into it. Well, when you have a sales funnel or a sales pipeline, meaning that you have things that are at the surface of your business that you are using to bring people in. That's why the awareness word is here. The contact word is here. So what am I using to bring awareness to my business? What am I using to make contact with people? I'm not talking about products and services here. See, this is the concept that I want you to understand. I'm not talking about awareness and contacts in terms of just bringing awareness to a product that I sell or a service that I have or a program. I'm actually using my goals and my schedules. I'm using my life up here as the top of my funnel. See, my motivation doesn't come from, oh, I have a good product and service. You know how many people that got good products and services that don't have no motivation, that don't take action? I know a lot of people that what they selling is actually amazing. What they provide is world class. And guess what? Nobody knows about it and nobody buys it when they find out about it. Not because it's the product and the service or the program, but because this person did not build their life as a sales funnel and a sales pipeline. My mentor says, your life is a sale. Sales is your life. So if my life is a sale and sales is my life, everything I do should be a funnel. Can we agree on that? Everything we do should be a funnel. But what is the motivation coming from? Where is the motivation coming from? I want my motivation, I want my drive, I want my ambition, I want my capacity, my capabilities of continuing to be diligent and dedicated and determined and committed and consistent and confident and courageous. I want all of that to come from my doggone goals, my dreams, and how I fill my life up with so much stuff that I'm dreaming about that I'm going to figure out a way to sell a product, to sell a service, to provide value to people. Like I just heard one of our coaching clients say it on the coaching call Monday. Someone just told me who's in our coaching program on an appointment we had with them yesterday, the same similar thing. And both of them just this past week were basically saying in their own way that the value you provide, Mr. Preston, not just in your program. One of the gentlemen said the value you provide just on YouTube is a university alone. My CMO, my chief marketing officer, my personal assistant, my wife, everybody say it, but she's always on social media looking at the algorithms and the SEOs and the analytics and all that, like technological stuff that none of us understand. But she's looking at it all the time. And one of the things she's always saying is like, you actually have a university on YouTube. Your YouTube page is Ramon Preston. That's what your channel page is, but it's actually a university. Somebody can literally, she reminds me of that all the time. Somebody can literally go to Ramon Preston YouTube channel and just watch your videos and they can learn it. They can figure it out if they're willing to do it. But you know why most people don't take that kind of action? Not because it's not valuable. Not because they don't want to buy services and products from Ramon. Because they ain't got no doggone goals and dreams that are big enough to make them show up and put things into that funnel. Because sometimes before you put people into this funnel to buy something that you're selling, to experience something that you're providing. Before people come into there, guess what needs to come into there? Information, dreams, data, things that actually make this bigger. It makes it bigger. So when you start hearing people say no, when you start getting people to deny you and reject you, you around here like, man, it don't matter. My funnel and my pipeline is so big. I got so much that I'm going to accomplish in this life of mine. Nothing and no one is going to be able to negatively affect what I'm taking myself to as an individual. All right, so we have goals. We have goals. Let me just show you how this flow works in your business bootcamp basics. You have goals. If we had to create a flow chart, we have goals, we have schedules. Then we would have your business right here. This will be your business. This is where your holding company is. All right, holding company. Hope you can understand the HC. Some people that read it might not understand it, so let me just spell it out. Holding company. Now again, this is one reason why you want to stay around somebody like me and be a part of our training and our coaching, because when I say holding company, most people don't even understand it, number one. And the few people who do understand it, they only understand it from a legal entity perspective. They understand it from a legal entity perspective, meaning that they understand the concept of not the concept, but they understand the legal side of the holding company, that they need to set up a LLC or some type of entity as a holding company. But they don't understand the concept. They don't understand like this whole world of structures and systems and processes that actually make this concept mean something and produce results. Because this is not just another LLC that you file and form. This is not just another business entity that you set up and structure. It is actually a concept that has to shape your mind on how you actually move in your day-to-day operations as a holding company owner, or this is a better way to put it, an asset manager. Because when you're owning a holding company and understanding the concept of a holding company, you're actually an asset manager. A lot of people don't know that. But just for the purpose of creating this flow on what the basics look like, you have your goals, your schedules, you have your holding company. That would be you up here. Your goals and your schedules should be in you. This is the mountaintop. This is where your holding company is. And this flow chart brings you down so that as people come into the world of you, it can create results, not just for them, but it creates results for you. So you have your holding company. Then here you have your divisions. Then here you have your subsidiaries. All right. And then here you have your products and services. Oh my God, I need another. Products. Uh-oh, this is working a little bit. Products and services. These markers go out just as fast as I don't know what. Then you have your perfect client profile. Thank you. Man, these things here just go out so fast. And then you have your pricing. And then under that, you have things like marketing, promotion, so forth and so on. So I just want to make sure you understand this flow chart and how it symbolizes and literally reflects your business bootcamp basics. Like if you want to be a part of a business bootcamp, I'm not talking about a one-day event. I'm talking about you want to build your life around basic actions that keep you producing results, that keep you growing and moving towards your financial freedom and your legacy and your success, you need your life, your finances, your business, it should be built. This is more of a pretty picture of it. You don't see some of these things I wrote over here, but if you were ever to come to one of our workshops, which are part of our coaching program, our masterminds in our coaching program, if you were ever to sit down with me in a one-on-one session, you would learn this and you would understand this, and it would literally just change your life. Like, how many of you are watching me right now that have gone through a session with me or have heard me teach on this concept? How many of you that are listening to me have experienced that? And would you put in the comments, just in case somebody is not familiar with it, because our community needs to know these things work. Would you put something in the comments, some type of takeaway, or, you know, maybe a statement to share with our community, like what literally just like flipped in your mind, like what switch came on that you really saw it for what I explained it to be, and how it literally just changed the trajectory of your business and your finances. I want somebody, please, anybody, all of you that have ever listened to me enough, you've been to an event, you have participated in our workshops, our masterminds, our boot camps, our seminars, our webinars. If you've listened to me enough on social media, on the Ramon Preston Show, you may have learned enough and gathered enough to give me some feedback on how it literally triggered you and shifted your thinking on that concept. I want to hear that. And if you have any questions, please drop the questions in the comments. I want to get some feedback from some of you right now. I know we're not able to go live on Instagram, and we're not live on some other platforms. We're working on that. I just told my team today when I walked in that once we make the final decision on what room we're going to dedicate for our newly improved technological studio, we're going to have a company to come in and literally set everything up so that we can have more capabilities to be on more platforms. We will be able to simulcast live and stream live on more platforms and reach more people, because we'll have the technological and the space capabilities to do so. And we're also going to be bringing in guests, and we're going to have people coming in. We've had a few since we've done the show. Just yesterday, one of our coaching clients told me over the phone when we were on an appointment call, he was like, Mr. Preston, if I have your permission, one of my goals on my list, this is what he told me. He said, one of my goals on my list is, that was a blessing to hear that. He said, one of my goals on my list is to fly from California and to be on your live show sharing my testimony with your community. That's a goal for him. One of his goals. That's powerful. One of his goals. That's how changed his life is. And he was just going on and on about how he just like, man, you're my mentor. I ain't listening to nobody else. I want to be my version of you, man. I want to learn from you and grow from you like I have. I want to be that person. And one of his goals is to be able to show up. And so we want to make sure that when those times come, that we have people like we've had before, but just in a different way, that we're able to highlight them, showcase them, and give our community an opportunity to hear real life, real time success stories and testimonies on what this content and what these trainings and what this coaching program is doing. So if you have any questions, I want you to please drop your questions in the comments. I told my team when I came in today, I was like, y'all know what? I want to see the city behind me today. The sun ain't really bright. It's drizzling outside. We got a nice overcast. I say, let's do the doggone thing. Let's make it do what it do, baby. So here are the basics. You have your goals. You have your schedules. You have your business, which I always suggest and recommend that it is a holding company, not just as a legal entity, but it is a holding company because you have learned and been trained on the concept behind the legal entity. And then you have your divisions, because there are some things that you are doing or that you may want to do that are not necessarily operation companies. They're not separate entities or subsidiaries. They're just divisions. But then you do have your divisions. So you have your holding company as your main parent organization. You have divisions, which may be things that you're doing just on a company level that have not grown up yet to be their own entities. And then you have your subsidiaries, which are operating LLCs or entities. And I like to separate them simply because however you position yourself in the market is going to have a lot to do with how people come into your funnel and experience your pipeline. So we want to make sure when you position yourself in the market, you're not just positioning yourself in the market based on something you do as an operator in a subsidiary. Because that's not necessarily going to garner you enough money to justify your business model. See, this concept is going to help you justify your business model. I have gone through this with clients, and some of our clients had products way down here, $10 products, $20 products, $200 products. And once we did the math and the metrics and we qualified and quantified what they were doing through this type of flow to show them the basics of doing business, they realized that they could not have a business model that would sustain them and pay them and take care of them and pay others and take care of others the way they were doing it. Because a lot of them were trying to build businesses, even holding companies, around subsidiary operations. You can't do it that way. I mean, you could try it, but it doesn't mean it's going to make you any money. And a lot of you that have your own little way of doing it, you know what I'm talking about, because you might have a holding company, but you ain't listening to me. You didn't learn from somebody like me. You don't understand it. And the truth is, you know your business ain't making no doggone money. You just around here capping, lying to yourself, because you're not lying to people who win it. That's one thing losers don't understand. Losers and people who cap and exaggerate and make it look like they're doing something, they don't understand. Winners know you're not winning. Winners know you're not winning because winners use concepts, processes, numbers, scoreboards that actually validate and verify that they are winners. So when you're a loser, and I say that, I guess, with respect, but hey, it is what it is. When you're a loser, meaning that you're losing in business, you don't have this thing set up the right way, you're not operating from business basics, your scoreboard tells on you because you don't have results. You don't have enough customers and clients. You don't have enough momentum. You don't have enough money coming in. You don't have enough sales because of all of the structural damage your company has within its infrastructure. So you have subsidiaries, and then you have products and services. Because once you get all this stuff right, you got your goals, you got your schedules, you got your calendar all mapped out, you got your pink times, you got your blue times, your green times, you know what you want to accomplish, how much money you want to make, you got your holding company, you got the name, you got the divisions, you got your proper roles in place, you got your subsidiaries, you got company A that's owning company B, you got company A with 2 or 3 divisions, but then you got to get down to the products and services. What are you actually selling? What are you actually doing? What are you selling? What are you doing? This is one of the reasons why we have created and launched our business certification and our licensing program, because we have a lot of people who want to be in the space of providing professional services, and I think it's commendable. I heard Sharon Lecter say the other day, she said, matter of fact, it was yesterday, I was listening to her. She's one of my rich uncle's close friends. And Sharon was saying that if you've done something long enough and have found success in doing it, you're actually an expert at it. So what she was saying was, in essence, we're all to some extent experts in something that we have overcome. The difference between most people and the few experts who are actually monetizing their expertise is they have this stuff together. And so it's not that you're invalidated because you know what you know. You're good at what you're good at, but it doesn't necessitate success. It doesn't necessitate results. It doesn't necessitate money and income and sales and increase and exposure. I had to figure that out at a certain point in my life because I just thought because I was anointed, because I was called by God, and I wasn't really arrogant or like egotistical about it. I just was like, man, I'm anointed. I'm called by God. His hand is on my life. I hear from the Lord. I speak in tongues. I quote scriptures. I pray every day. I serve the community. I love my wife. I'm faithful. I serve my family. Like I do everything right. Why am I struggling? God like, duh, dog, that ain't got nothing to do with that. That got to do with this over here. You got to get this here right. You got all the other stuff right. You got to get this stuff right. And so your products and services, we got to qualify that. We got to quantify your products and services. We have to actually see what are you doing and how does that actually work. Okay? And that's the process that we want to take you through. Your services, what services are you providing? What does it look like? How do you do it? How do you provide it? We have to qualify that and quantify that. And then we got to understand our perfect client profile. Because a lot of times you be around here wasting time with people who ain't gonna buy nothing from you even if they had money. So you need to build your business model around the idea, at least, of having a perfect client. So if I were to ask you, what are your products and services? What are you selling? What are you providing? How does it work? What does it look like? And then the next question I would ask you is, well, who is your perfect client? Like in the perfect world, if you could have a certain type of person buy your products and services, what type of person is that? What type of money they have? Are they black, white, small, tall, short? Are they high yellow like me, half breed? Are they Christians? Are they Satanists? Like you got to figure some of this stuff out. You need a perfect client profile. And then once you develop a perfect client profile, let me show you this. It's easier for you to set your pricing. Because some of you have things that you're trying to sell and your prices are for scrubs. That's why nobody's buying it. So that's it for today, y'all. It's Winning Wednesday. You see the sun is coming out behind us. Hey, listen. Are you ready to take me up on the pre-approval offers that I extended to you at the introduction of the show? If you're interested in being a part of our coaching program, I teach all this in the coaching program. I have a 1-year program that I teach you everything from A to Z. Like in that 1 year, you will pretty much learn not just the basic fundamentals of business and finances, but you're going to learn a lot of advanced principles and practices. You'll learn about sales, marketing, holding companies, divisions, subsidiaries, the concept of it, the legal side of it. You'll learn about financial systems, accounting, tax strategies. You're going to learn about goal setting, scheduling. We're going to provide on-demand, 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365-day a year access to our online training program. We have a business and financial training program called the Blueprint Game Plan. It's actually structured as a 5-step wealth building system. Just that program alone that we give you access to on our coaching program, that alone will walk you through the process of building wealth. And we don't just show you what the steps are, but what courses you need to learn on the program in order to get through each step. We also provide VIP workshops, masterminds every quarter. We provide weekly coaching calls. We give you a personal coaching coordinator that you can text, call, email, or they will text, call, and email you. We give you access to our Facebook private community group. It's called the RP Business Community. And guess what? On top of all of that, we start you off in that coaching program with a one-on-one initial coaching session. And so we are pre-approving everyone that texts the word coaching to us with a 24-month payment plan. You get 24 months to pay off that 1-year coaching program, but you need to text the word coaching to me. If you would like to have access to that coaching program, text the word coaching to me. If you're in our coaching program and you know you want to learn how to get your products and services packaged and priced, and you want to have a certain system and process that you use as a consultant and coach, I want you to consider joining our newly launched business certification program for consultants and coaches. If you text the word certify, we'll set up a brief appointment to talk you through what the terms are, what the conditions are, and what some of the details are. Or you could go to our university page, Ramon Preston University. Just go to RamonPreston.com, click on the university, and you'll see our business certification page. Like literally, we have an entire page on our platform. Let me pull it up for you. And maybe you just want to be a licensee. Maybe you feel like, you know what, Ramon, I don't even want to go through trying to create my own workshops and handouts. Let me tell y'all something. Ramon Preston University, even in its current form, is a real university. And we are adding new content, new courses, new programs to this platform on a regular basis. By the time we get to the end of 2021, this platform is literally going to be an institutional library for business and for ministry leadership across the board. And so you're getting in now with prices that are so extremely low that most people can attest to this who are on our programs will tell you he's charging too little for what he's given us. But I'm doing it for a lot of different reasons. I'm doing it, number one, because I really want to help people and be a blessing to people. And I built a business model where I can get away doing it at the prices I'm doing it at, so that I can validate it and have a proof of concept, so that when we go global with it and when we really start gaining momentum in the market, we're talking about like touching hundreds of thousands of people and having tens of thousands of people call in, and we have a whole call center and a whole sales team and marketing division, and we've got like multiple millions of dollars flowing in and through our organization. Like when that time comes, it'll be a different game that we'll be playing, and you'll be looking back at this time saying, wow, I'm so glad that I got in when I did. And so if you would like to, and guess what? I'm sitting here talking and I just got an email saying, congratulations, you just reached 200,000 views. Like, isn't that amazing? I just got an email and it says, you just reached 200,000 views. Like literally, one day that's going to be 200 million views, 2 billion views. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're building a legacy. My goals are too big for it not to happen. I'm going to be a billionaire. So I know it's going to happen just on that alone. So anyway, you could go to Ramon Preston University. I have it pulled up right here. And you could click on business certification right here. And we have an entire landing page to show you what our business certification program is all about. We also have a certified RP licensing page to show you what our licensing program is all about. Trust me, I just told a young man this yesterday. Once my legal team calls me and tells me, Mr. Preston, check your inbox. All your paperwork, all your copyright, trademark, watermarks, intellectual property rights, once all that paperwork and the legal lingo is all drafted and signed and secured and good for global distribution, them prices going up because it's worth more than what we're offering now. And we're offering you terms if you qualify for the licensing and certification, but definitely 24 months for the coaching program. So text the word coaching or text the word certify to 404-478-7213. I'll say it again, 404-478-7213. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Appreciate all of you for supporting the Ramon Preston Show. We'll see you right here, same place, same time tomorrow. Peace.